about how I met Cesar, and I still get butterflies about it, so yeah. So, story time. I started basketball my freshman year. Keep in mind I was 14 at the time. I had just gotten out of my first serious boyfriend relationship. Then I decided to start basketball for my freshman year, and I was best friends with this girl named Kenya. And when you start basketball at my high school, you have to switch from PE to weights because you're supposed to build muscle. So I switched, and she asked me to be with her at her platform, because when you're lifting weights, there's 4 people per platform. And so what we did was, I was in that platform, and then Cesar was right next to me, and I had no idea who he was. He was a sophomore. I was still the little freshman, stupid freshman. And so me and Kenya would giggle and, do stupid freshman things.
I met Tasha my sophomore year. She was a freshman, and I was in weights. And the second semester, she switched to PE to weights because she was doing basketball. And the first day she got there, she's pretty cute. I had this gut feeling I knew her from somewhere, and I didn't know where.
And then he'd start laughing at me every time I would lift, and he'd always give me that little smirk, they I don't know how guys do it, but they always do this specific smirk. And so I noticed that, and so I didn't know what his name was, and I asked Kenya, my friend, and she was like, I don't know, I think it's Ryan or something. And we did not know. So I asked around a little bit. Someone told me that his name was Cesar. I searched him on Facebook, did some Facebook stalking, and I found him, and I looked through his page. Well. So I texted him, I was like, hey, why do you always laugh at me in weights? It was weird. And then I said laughing faces, and he texted me back, and he was like, because it's cute when you laugh.
So it was bugging the crap out of me, so I was always looking at her, smiling at her every time she lifted, because at the same time I thought it was funny how she tried to lift and started laughing, so she dropped a bit with the bars and stuff like that. I thought it was cute. And so I think it was a little bit after Thanksgiving break, she messaged me and she's like, so why are you always staring at me in weights? And I told her because she looked so familiar and I like her smile. I thought she was cute. And then, typical girl, she was like, oh, thank you, but I'm not that cute. For some reason, girls always like to do that, even though they know that they're cute. So
we talk every day, and we never actually talked in person for a week because, I don't know, we were nervous. So then one day I came into weights, and I had this weird impulse after I came out of the dressing room, because we have to dress into the clothes that they make us wear. And so then I had this weird impulse, and he was sitting against the wall, and he was playing a game on his phone or something. So I just kind of squatted down next to him, and I was like, why are you always on your phone? And he was like, I don't know. And I was like, oh, well, you should get off your phone. He stood up, and he held his hand out for me to get up, and so I got up, and from there we just started talking. He texted me something. Okay, you gotta remember, guys, I was a freshman. Okay, texted me I want to hold your hand, and I was like, oh, I want to hold your hand too. And so then the next day, I grabbed his hand in the morning, and we started holding hands, and then we kept holding hands. And winter break was coming, and I knew I was leaving, and I was scared that he was gonna I don't know, that he was gonna not like me anymore, he'd find someone else over winter break, because I knew I was leaving. And so I told him that about how I felt and that I was scared, and he said that he wanted to go out with me anyways, and that he was preparing himself.
My friend told me, he's like, don't take it too, he's like, don't take it like too serious, go slow. And he told me not, he was telling me not to date her for until like maybe after 2 months of knowing her, but I knew inside like she was the one, you know. So I think after 2 weeks of hanging out with her, I asked her out, but I drew her a picture and I sent it to her on Messenger, and she told me, she was like, oh, that's so cute, but can you ask me tomorrow? And I was like, why? And she's like, because I don't want to be asked out on an odd day. So I had to wait till the next day to ask her out because she doesn't like odd days. I don't know why. But I did. I asked her out the next day. She said yes. I was happy about that. I felt like it was cold because it was in December, but like I felt this really warm feeling.
And he sent me a picture, and it was like a drawing he had made, and it was like flowers and stuff, and then he was like zoom in, and so I did, and it said like, will you go out with me? And so I was like, ask me tomorrow, because I don't know, I was nervous, and the date was 12/11, and I told him that I really liked even days. I don't know what it is, but I don't really like odd days. And so the next day, because I told him I didn't want to be asked out over text too. Keep that in mind. So I said, do it in person and I'll let you know tomorrow. And so the next morning he came to me and he gave me the paper, and it was like folded up. And I told him, and he was like, so what's your answer? And I was like, I grabbed his hand and I was like, you know what my answer is? And then, yeah. That was on December 12th, 2016. And now we're going into his senior and my junior year of high school. And that's pretty crazy.
Inside. After that, like, we had our ups and downs. It's been a good time. Like, I really love her. I know she's the one for me. She helps me a lot, and she has a great smile. I don't know why, but she has a really good smile. I like it, and her eyes too. That's how I met Tasha. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you.